Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. Wanted to make a video about EOS having the lowest money velocity and why that is a good thing for EOS. Normally we see with things like the Cantillon effect where central banks print money and there's actually people sitting right at the spigot getting money hot off the press that nobody else can get at 0% interest rates, which is financial terrorism in and of itself and needs to be obviously cleaned up and taken care of. But what we're seeing happen with that is that the money never actually goes into the economy in a meaningful way. It never actually sees any sort of circulation in any sort of economy that would allow for any sort of social, economic, or cultural, any type of gain is lost because the dollars that are printed are immediately given to somebody who doesn't need them already, but then it dilutes all of the other money in the supply already. And so what we're seeing with EOS is with a 1% inflation rate and only 1 billion tokens available starting out initially, there's many companies purchasing EOS, holding EOS, and endowments will start, hedge funds will start, all those people will start, and individual investors, major investors will start buying EOS. And not only that type of buy pressure, but you've got to understand that over half currently of the EOS are staked to the REX. Many EOS are staked to actual individual accounts as well. So you have to think there's already, block one holds 10%, and then over half are already locked up in REX. So you got to figure there's a maximum of about 40% available of EOS tokens. And that's, not including, the just outlying different things going on with EOS. So you figure once EOS actually launches to the globe as the social infrastructure and the underlying blockchain technology, everyone will understand that you need to stake these tokens and you need to put them. Well, actually, with the new resource model, you won't even need to do that. So what'll happen is that the resources will be able to be used even if they're in your account. But you can actually get those gains that you're not using in the REX. Anyway, with all of those tokens staked, there's not going to be any available for people who want to buy them. And so what you have is just an absolute price crunch that sends it stratospheric. And I don't think that has really been understood in any sort of way yet. And, it really hasn't had the opportunity to play out or to gamify yet. And I think that it will. And I think that just the fact that it's so much harder to get EOS, with everything being staked, and even with that new resource model coming in, and you not having to have the tokens in REX themselves to have access to the resources associated with those tokens. When Google and Apple and all these companies are buying EOS and holding EOS, that's going to make all the retail investors want to have a part of that. And I think just like Bitcoin now, you know, people are going to be trying to accumulate a whole EOS at some point in the future. And, you know, right now we're sitting at the most opportune time and the most critical juncture. I mean, it's so cheap and just probably the most undervalued asset out there. And I just think that people sleeping on that are going to drastically miss out. I say that a lot, but you know, when we talk about velocity, the lower the velocity of the money, the higher the price, because it's more scarce. It's harder to get, so it becomes, you know, a scarce asset in and of itself, as well as being able to be utilized across the network. And I think that this is what is going to allow EOS to really succeed in the near future, where a lot of other protocols may initially get some interest and then die out. Just the tokenomics and the way that the EOS ecosystem works, I mean, it's just, when you really study it, it's really nice. Bitcoin, don't get me wrong, is elegant code, and, you know, it's great. But EOS, the way that smart contracts work and the way that the actual protocol of EOS works, I mean, is really fascinating, and it works really, really well. I just am very impressed and excited, and think that this is super positive for EOS. So I just want to put that out there. Stoffel Baker out.